Welcome back to Illiterate Book Club. I am John.
And I am Matt.
And we're going to do our review of
Jumanji The Next Level. Yes.
So we just saw it tonight, which is probably a couple nights ago when you see this, but, that's beside the point.
Next day, I'm sure.
We'll see. Anyway, so let's begin. What did you think of it?
Overall, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. I think it was kind of cool to jump back in the world. I would say I didn't quite like it as good as the last sequel.
Sure.
But overall, you enjoyed his characters and you enjoy it. So what about yourself? What's an overall picture for you?
I liked it. I mean, it was, again... I try to give a little leniency for sequels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a sequel of a sequel, but still, it's, you can't recapture the magic necessarily, and you shouldn't try to, and I don't think they did. Like, they tried to rehash the high points, right? You have sort of the body experience of who's in whose body and seeing, these funny actors acting like other people.
Yeah. So how did you think that went? I mean, I obviously from the commercials you can kind of tell. We won't go into spoilers in this movie, or on the movie, but you know that Kevin Hart is playing Danny Glover, and then you had is it Danny Glover? Am I saying that right?
Glover.
Yeah, Glover. Okay, and then The Rock is playing Danny DeVito.
Right.
How did you think that they both did with those characters? Was it pretty good? I mean, I don't really know The Rock's impression person.
Well, no, I mean, but it was funny. It's one of those things where, as opposed to the first movie, the young actors who came back.
Right.
Are a little lesser known to people, right? So you don't know, they don't have distinct idiosyncrasies.
Right.
Whereas these two established actors do, like, everybody knows Danny DeVito. If you've seen Danny DeVito in any movie, you know how Danny DeVito acts, and you kind of get his tics and his particular way of doing things. And so it was kind of funny to see that. I thought they did pretty good.
Yeah, overall.
And, it seemed like they, just like with the first one, they were having fun with it to me.
Yeah, I feel like Kevin Hart's was fairly spot on.
Oh, yeah. And they were just, of course, then you have the extra Avatar characters that get thrown into the mix in this one, which we won't go into that. But it's, they throw in, I like that they threw in extra stuff that, they didn't just rehash the first movie over again. They actually said, all right, this is a new level. There's going to be new challenges, new storylines to play with.
Yeah, and I think one thing that, I guess a con, since we both, like I said, enjoyed it. I didn't personally like it as much as the other, and it sounds like like you said, it's hard to recapture the magic, but they did some unique things and unique takes on it. One thing I will say, I felt like towards the middle, it started to drag on a little bit, or it felt like it the way it paced out. I don't know if it was even dragging on, but it kind of paced out funny, and then at the end it sped really fast.
Right. I think there was a point where in the last one you had a really good integration of plot and character development.
Right.
Where the plot is driving while the characters are keeping you intrigued.
Yeah.
And in this one, I think since we already know these characters, except for the addition of the couple that come in.
Right.
There's a little bit less with that to carry it. And so I think there were times when there were things they did that were more just strictly comedic.
Yeah.
Right. They did things that didn't really push the plot forward any. Mm-hmm. And you're not really learning anything more about the characters.
Yeah.
But it's just really funny to play with them in this situation. Right. I mean, that's kind of what you're doing here, is you're having fun in a world you've already learned to enjoy.
And I think that's kind of the saving grace of this movie to me, is that even though it did kind of have, or at least on one side of it, even it did have that lull towards the middle, I was enjoying being in that world and being with those characters. Yeah. Like I said, the only negative that I feel like stays a negative is the way that the end, obviously not giving anything away, but the way it kind of speeds up towards everything.
And that's like a common thing with a lot of different movies, and especially in the action genre, of having to end things at a very particular point, and you kind of spend more time in certain areas that don't set up the ending as well. So that's what it feels like to me. That's there was some tensions that I thought were lacking that the first movie had.
Yeah.
At the very end, that this movie didn't quite do. But anyway, so let's enough plot. So let's just talk. What do you think of the effects, cinematography, that kind of stuff?
Well, of course, cinematography spot on. I think that the effects in this one were quite a bit higher because I think the last one no one exactly knew this was going to be the mega hit that it was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm sure they didn't have the same budget that they had in this one. It looked like they went to a lot of different kind of locations, and it kind of shows that within the trailers as well. I felt like everything was really spot on with the action and with the effects.
They had some pretty good stuff, and it felt within the style of the first one. This
100%,
This isn't. They didn't take some kind of dramatically different visual turn.
No, I think it was just more of it.
Yeah. As far as the aesthetics and the general feel of everything, they stuck to the thing that did really well for them in the first one.
Yeah. So I mean, look, this movie was a fun movie. If you liked the last one, you're gonna probably like this one. If you're a fan of The Rock and Kevin Hart and that kind of duo, and I am, so you're gonna like it. But I don't really think that there's that much, unless there's anything else you're wanting to touch on.
No. I mean, there's not a whole lot we can say, and like I said, I think we both enjoyed it. What are you gonna give this one?
I'll give it a 7.8.
That's pretty good. It's pretty out there. I think I'm just going to stick with a 7.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that I hated it, not that it's, but given my scale, I just...
Right.
It was fun to watch. I'd definitely watch it again, but it is what it is. And if you're not coming into it expecting something just, blow your mind.
Yeah, if you're just going in to enjoy it.
Yeah, then that's exactly what you're going to get. And that's what we got.
So if you liked it, let us know in the comments below. Try to keep it spoiler free. Right. Be sure to like and subscribe.
All the things.
And
See you later.